intro.
So much reverb on it.
Oh,
Who's that playing on there? Do you know?
David Bryan.
David Bryan. The guy with two first names.
What I love about this intro is the drop. Like you're going,
There's nothing.
is it the drop?
Yeah.
And like, you're going like, but no, there's more keyboard. There's about 3 points in the intro, and the in anticipation it builds is insane.
This is the time when everybody people had the time to stop and listen to an intro. It was
Big
not
reverse reverb.
I tell you what, people back then, people would wait for the man to turn green before they walked over. they would have an intro on a guitar on an album, and they would wait till the song started. It was okay to have an intro, right?
Oh, it's just great. Can you imagine? I wonder how old John Bon Jovi was at this point. They must have felt like gods. His third album,
What is that?
1986.
Man, and what's that film, Rockstar, with where he becomes the singer of this band? Do you remember that film? It's called Rockstar.
What,
isn't it?
John Bon Jovi's in it,
No,
is
no,
he?
no. But I don't know. He's in other films. But this is Mark Wahlberg.
Yes.
And he's that singer,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
he takes over from it. And
I
that
don't think I
whole
have seen
thing
that.
with Jennifer Aniston, and that whole Rockstar time where they just threw stuff out the window.
So I was
You know.
14 when this album came out,
When was that?
1986.
Okay.
And I must have had a guitar.
Yeah.
Or maybe because I started playing bass guitar first, I did the usual thing.
And then you
thinking
figured
it
out
would
that
be
was
simpler
just-
with 4 strings, and you realise it's actually more difficult and not as cool. Sorry. So anyway, I can actually remember being almost. This sounds a bit embarrassing, really, but I think I was a bit too square to be into the heavier metal that was out at the time. So like Guns N' Roses frightened me a bit.
Really?
Like, yeah, I think maybe either too square or too young or
I was
whatever.
even squarer than you then, because I wasn't even on this,
This for me was just like, this was accessible. It was just kind of clean enough.
And you didn't have to have long hair, and you can get away
Yeah,
with.
but they all did have long hair,
Yeah, yeah.
didn't they? I mean, the album cover for
I
this
did.
is amazing. It's like on the sleeve inside, it's all of them on a beach with the girls cleaning the cars in their bikinis. It's so like
Today, cancellation.
Yeah, total cancel.
Well, you were
the,
saying even
the album cover was originally supposed to be a girl in a wet t-shirt, and then the record execs were like, I'm not sure this is the right vibe for this. So
Smell the
do you know,
glove.
I didn't even realise this is a. I always thought this was a window with their name written in condensation, but apparently it's a bin liner. So.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Is there a body in it?
But-
or something? I don't know. Slippery and wet. Oh, that's a bin liner.
This
Makes sense.
album, it's one of those albums, and I don't know how many of these have ever come out, but where every tune could have been a hit single on its own. So
And the first solo here already, right?
it's insane. Richie Sambora, even to this day, I still believe Richie Sambora is one of the most melodic heavy rock guitar players
Yeah, I would agree.
of all time.
He is definitely up there.
Because he never did notes for the sake of notes.
No.
And anything difficult he did do,
That was-
I always think was actually probably simpler. Like it was a lot of tricks rather than, here we go,
Yeah.
I think this is
Let's
the
have it.
solos
Let's have
coming in here. Lots of Floyd Rose just... all blues rooted. There's a bit of Van Halen-y there. But that's probably the great tone. Ooh. Oh, that's good. I mean,
It's very, and it's funny.
they're short solos.
Yeah, lots of tricks you say, like sort of like the and
Yeah.
all that sort of riddle.
And always great tone.
Yeah, great tone.
And I think-
what was he playing then? Marshalls must have been just a.
I think it was always at this stage it would have been lots of Marshalls. He did go through a Fender. He used those. I want to say Tone Master, but I don't think they were called that. But Fender did like a high gain custom shop thing that he did use in the 90s. And I'm guessing this would have been all just. This was this Kramer, New Jersey kind of.
Oh, the one with the stars.
The Super Strat sort of stuff.
That was so cool, man. I remember that. I remember that guitar, the white with the gold, and it was such an iconic guitar.
Let's listen to another tune. Let's go. Reminisce. Second track. Again, another epic intro. Great vocals. Here we go. It's just a great riff, isn't it? This is just.
Is this a talk box? No, that's not. He doesn't talk box.
Living on a Prayer is the talk box, but it's not that dissimilar. No, you can see the
riff is so similar. Oh wow, wow, oh wow, wow. It's very.
But that was a lot of Richie Sambora's thing, just heavy riff-driven.
Did he come up with the riff, and then did he write Bon Jovi write the stuff on top of it?
They're both credited as writers for most of the songs.
The whole band, right?
No. Just it would all have been Sambora and Bon Jovi.
Oh right, because it's like this is another one we have to go to. We have to, Bryan Adams and Reckless and Keith Scott. I think we have to talk about them. You can't talk about this era without talking about that either. You know, it's such an iconic song as well.
This was, I mean,
they must have sold 50 million albums.
I don't know what this is, 20 million I think I read, which doesn't sound like enough, does
it? Of all over.
Of this one album.
Yeah, that's what I mean, but I was talking about all over. 20 million albums, nobody sells that today, do they?
No, but it still doesn't sound like enough. But
that, back then,
lots.
There was not that many million people.
Funnily enough, so the next track is. Do you know, actually, do I want to hear the solo in this? I kind of feel like I do. It'll be epic. And this is what's great as well. We're halfway through the song already. Let me find the solo. Here we go.
Oh yeah. Yeah. The same.
No, it's just. There's a bit rapid here. I think. Maybe not. Even that bit, just like.
It's all pentatonics, man.
It's like. It's just, I think he was a real master again at just taking I think, break it down, he probably was technically a lot less gifted than his contemporaries at the time, but he just, musically, I think he was on another planet.
There's tricks, right? There's tricks there that you can hear from the other solo with the and all that stuff, which is probably...
I mean, this is basically, again... iconic riff, just turn it up a bit. Another, they love their keyboard intros.
Keyboard intros were big in the 80s, and there was also this thing of a keyboard before a guitar solo. A lot of it's got like Toto.
Bass. This is where obviously the main riff comes in on the bass first. Big snare. There's the talk box. I wonder how many teeth he lost.
That's me. I've lost 2 teeth of that.
This had the talking intro as well, didn't it, I think?
Was that the long intro?
Because
I mean, this...
It's like, once upon a time, not so long ago.
This is right waiting to happen,
this was such a track. Oh, this is like karaoke heaven, isn't it, now? Everybody's singing along to this.
You can take the karaoke version on Apple Music.
You're not wrong, though. It's a very similar...
It's very similar
to the track before, isn't it?
But you know, I guess you do an album.
I'm going to find the solo.
You'll have a red thread through the whole thing with the vibe of the songs. And
I wonder if you can almost know exactly where the solo is on every Bon Jovi song, because it's kind of basically at the same point in every tune.
Yeah.
I've never really listened to the words. Like, I don't know if it was a great lyricist or if it's just cheese. But yeah, we're halfway there. And we're living on a prayer. Here it comes. It's after this chorus.
I'm naked, I swear.
He's such a great singer as well.
Yeah, he is. Great singer.
Here it is. This is the blues solo.
Yeah.
Different guitar tone on this one. Sounds like a more of a boxy,
chorusy,
Yeah.
flangery, maybe.
oh,
But again, it's just.
It's just-
I mean, we're saying. I think guitar solos have evolved a lot since then. I
Yeah.
think they were sophisticated, but they were. I think because there's so many more players out there now, and people tend to be much better. Do you know what I mean? So you look on that, but maybe not as musical.
Yeah.
But technically, you got people that can do all
Yeah.
this shred and all of this stuff and
People-
slap the guitar now. You know,
trying too hard to do something impressive.
Instead of just serving the song
Yeah.
with a solo that just is becomes iconic, like this is.
This
Everybody
had
can sing
one of
that.
my favourite intros, and again, this would probably get cancelled these days as well. It's just, we're too woke now to have intros like this to songs.
What does it say?
You mean that's it?
I mean, that's it. Absolutely. Yeah.
All you've got to do as a guitar player, or not all you've got to do.
Oh, how many?
But you just write this.
Yeah.
That's it. You turn up. You go, John.
Yeah.
What about this?
Yeah.
And then he gets his notebook out with the lyrics that he's written recently. I bet the songs were oozing, man.
Yeah, because it wasn't done before. You know, they had. Is it E? Yeah, it's just E, isn't it? G. It's what we play every time.
It is.
It's what we play in all the solos. It's just G,
All
A,
that-
and G. Isn't it?
I've seen this
G.
band live so many times, and Richie Sambora's voice as well was such. He'd do all the harmonies, smashed it.
I mean, not to saying that Phil X is not doing a good job on that, but it's
Phil's
big,
doing an
big,
amazing
big
job.
shoes to fill, isn't it? Big
I mean, this
underpants,
will
I
be
can
one.
imagine.
If these guys ever got back together, it'd be one of the biggest reunions of all time.
As big as Oasis, you think?
Much bigger.
Well,
Much bigger.
that like.
We're playing two different songs here.
I'm
Oh,
just
you're
saying,
doing
it's so
that one.
simple. Is that the next song we're going to? Is it? It's just.
And the whole song is D, G, C.
Yeah.
You know, it's like there's.
It's you know.
It's like a million songs.
When you write, it's a
love
million
this
songs,
song.
but it wasn't the million. Well, was it a million songs then?
Ah, yes, I think so.
I
Probably
mean,
still
how,
was
how
then.
many years ago is this now?
Come on,
84.
let's turn it up.
So you,
This was the real start, I think, of the cowboy thing as well.
yeah.
I mean, I'd
Wonder
see
Dead
it-
Alive. I remember that film come out with. I remember that so much.
Who was it? Emilio Estevez.
Estevez and Charlie.
That wasn't.
Sheen,
No,
it?
that was called Young Guns. That was Young Guns or something. Was Wanted Dead or Alive was almost like because they wrote another song
To another
for
film.
That no, for
Yeah.
Young Guns.
That's true. Yeah.
You drew First Blood or whatever. I can't remember what the lyric is. Oh man, listen to this. Do you remember this, Tay-Tay? At my party, my 50th birthday, I got up, Tay's on the drums, Jack's on the keys, Chapper's playing lead guitar.
It must have been a sight.
I mean, what a ballad. Is this would be in my top 5 rock ballads of all time.
Yeah. I mean, we need to. We can't forget Aerosmith as well.
Well,
we have to.
100%. And all I can picture in this is, I don't know who would play that lead line live, because at some point here it goes into it's going to finish this. So at this point here now, Richie Sambora's guitar tech is kind of coming over to change his guitar over to
Didn't he
the
have
other
a thing?
guitar.
He stood on this thing where you.
He had a double neck acoustic,
Yeah.
12 string
But
and 6
didn't
string.
he also have a guitar and a stand?
No, he would always. There's a spot. Maybe it's not yet. There's a spot in the song where there's a pause where he can change guitar. I think John Bon Jovi's playing acoustic on live as well on this.
He would have played a black Takamine or something, wouldn't he?
100%. I bet he sold a lot of Takamine guitars over the years.
Him and Bruce Springsteen, isn't it? The black Takamines.
I loved all of the call and respond kind of lyrical stuff in this as well.
Is that Sambora singing the BBs on that?
Yeah, great voice. Oh, this is, because it goes from this straight into a big guitar solo, I think, here. So I don't know how he changes over. I must have practiced this 1,000 times, this solo.
I think
Ace. I'll tell you, man, I went to see these, like one of the biggest boys' days out ever. A whole minibus of us, like 15 of us, went to see Bon Jovi at Nebworth or Milton Keynes Bowl. Long, you know, don't know, they would have been mid-90s or something like that. And honestly and truthfully, they'd done 2 encores and still not played Livin On A Prayer.
people are just like,
and so it felt like, I mean, they must have probably had it planned all the time, but it felt like our little group of 15 of us started Living On A Prayer until eventually like 100,000 people are singing Living On A Prayer, and they come back out for like the 3rd encore and do Living On A Prayer. It was middle of the summer. It was like, what a day. What a day.
This is what these things are all about, live music, you know.
Yeah.
Back then you could sell albums and you can sell out stadium shows.
Yeah.
Now it's really difficult, you know, you stream. I just heard that The Weeknd, some songs, the first song on Spotify, it's hit 4 billion streams or something.
Yeah.
But it's like, it's not there. It's like plugging into a plug-in and playing a guitar through it.
I do agree.
You're going to, you know, here we go again, and Taylor to hate me for saying all that stuff. It's the same, going to the show and watching everybody's looking with their phones.
Things have changed, haven't we? It's like,
you know,
Pete and I went album shopping to like Benny's Collector's Records in Guildford, it's a second-hand record shop that's been there forever and ever and ever. And even I feel like I used to love going to a record shop and feeling like I could go, oh, that's interesting. But I've become so accustomed now to just a million tunes. 2 seconds away, and then I'm sort of going, I'm annoyed I can't find a
and
song
you go,
that I
look,
like.
you go in here and here's the lyrics, and you know, you can see Nathan East on the bass and Dan Huff on the guitar, and you know, John Barnes on the keyboard, and you know.
I'm going to listen to this next tune. Raise Your Hand. Another great intro.
Is Rob Chapman play this all the time? Oh, that you play?
Probably. All the harmonics. Tico Torres.
Is that Alfred Hitchcock?
I mean,
there's so many hits on this album.
We haven't played
looking at this.
a song yet on this album. We're on the 6th song, and every single one of these so far is a smash hit in its own right.
I mean, that's why we can go on and on about these things, you know. I
think that, the next one...
Is there one on this... Is there a song on this album that you haven't, you know, that you wouldn't say, this is a hit?
This is Cheese.
Oh, this is Christmas. This is another dad jam from our videos.
7 and 8 are a bit cheese.
If you put a bit of bells on there, it would be a Christmas song, wouldn't it?
Could be.
From Home Alone or something. Clink, 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 clink.
I'm not sure that's an appropriate lyric for these days. There we
you
are.
Can't put this is things. He was a child, but you can't. I mean, I know it's not.
This is
this
again
is very
cheese,
sort of super tramp, isn't it? Like,
to be honest with you,
this is Eurovision Song Contest, isn't it? With broad shoulders.
It's got a little bit of meatloaf about it, hasn't it? It's a bit operatic, like, you know.
It's like a vegan meatloaf,
rock
isn't it?
opera.
That's what it is. It's a vegan loaf.
It's very meatloaf, isn't it? Yeah. Wow.
It's like a tuna loaf. It's like made out of like fish or something.
Yeah, it's just epic. Epic. Anyway, there's a couple more tracks. This was a big ballad. I like this one. This is a last dance on the dance floor thing
man.
What is it? Is it D, G,
and
E?
minor.
Oh,
Minor. Yes, G. A. And then it's B. Is it? Yeah.
he's got it.
It's C sharp minor to D. Oh. G to D. But then in the beginning he went to D,
Yeah.
D to D minor, right? But oh, you got the old E piano, you know, the big Elton John.
You lost more than that in my back seat, baby. Yes, John. Oh, amazing.
Oh man.
Great lyrics.
Oh yeah, I remember this.
All
Let
the
it
lighters
go.
are out, aren't they?
I remember this one. Yeah. In the minor chord because that's so clever. I remember this. Yeah. I think I've kissed some girls to this back in the day.
100%.
Like 14 years.
Oh, there's.
I love the minor here. We're talking 4 chords in this song, 5 chords. Oh, here we go. It's great, man.
And then
Great.
that's it. There's only one song left.
That's
so,
it. I mean, that's a great song, man.
I quite like the song. And then this, I think, there's a touch
don't
of
remember this one.
Springsteen, I think, with this.
Oh, yeah.
Very American of the time.
Yeah.
I don't know what the lyrics are about here. Probably kissing girls inappropriately somewhere.
Yeah, behind something. From this.
Joey comes from a sacred part of town.
I remember all that. Feet don't touch the ground, and also there's a lot of that stuff going on in the lyrics in the 80s. Midnights, yeah.
Yeah, I definitely think this is almost an album of 2 halves.
So you got
where it's epic, the first 6 songs, and then
you got like
less
4 or 5
epic,
songs
the
there. Where
final
it's not,
songs.
you know, there's that "Say Goodbye" is a great song, but then you got this one and a couple of the other before.
I got to say though, so
this is "Slippery and Wet."
this is Slippery and Wet. I think it's one of this and New Jersey is that was their 2.
Yeah.
For me anyway, that was their sort of purple patch.
Purple patch.
Well,
Is that a thing, purple patch? Well,
it is now.
It is.
I've enjoyed this.
It was fun, wasn't it?
We were going to say, so Pete and I are going to pick some of our favourite albums in these kind of chats, but actually to give this idea for a video real longevity, what we want to do, what we want to do is you to suggest in the comments section your favourite albums, perhaps particularly again some slightly more obscure ones.
Yeah, something we haven't heard would be great.
Yeah, because then we just want to react to like, what is it like? So it could be anything. So put those in. But please like and subscribe. Stay tuned.
Yeah.
And
It's great. I enjoyed this.
What's your first album going to be?
I think Reckless. I want to get Reckless by Brian Adams because that's such, for me. That's such an iconic album.
Well, that'll be next time.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching. See you later.